Shani Lovelies. Good morning, darlings. Welcome to another how-to video. You know, I've told you before, I love sharing how-tos when it comes to energy clearings, etc., etc. I could go on and say this artist is this movie is that, but the best thing is actually to teach you how to pick up energy from movies, from artists, from songs, so you can make those decisions for yourself. There is a lot of people that, and it's important that are trying to teach people about embedded messages, often nefarious messages, messages that are meant to enter our consciousness subliminally and affect our decisions, affect our emotions, that which we seek, that which we defend, and that which we do not defend. So what is that? You don't give a man a fish, you teach him how to fish. So let's go fishing. How do you identify energy? Let's start with a song. The best way is when you're feeling, when you're chilling, you're not doing anything, you're kind of feeling like, meh, in between. That way you're not feeling too much of any emotion, that immediately when an emotion comes up or a feeling comes up, you will be able to identify it because you were in a meh. Or you could just be in a state of First thing, you put on that song. Immediately pay attention to your thoughts. What do you begin to think about? If you know the lyrics, you're singing along most likely. How are they making you feel? You note all of these things down. Is there any physiological, what's the word I'm looking for? Effects. Can you physically, I remember, here's a great example. There is a gospel artist that is very popular in lovely songs, lovely voice, all of it. But I would listen to this artist's songs because I was guided to it to say, okay, let's check this. But this is when I was going through the becoming phase and I was being taught about music, etc., etc. And immediately when this artist would come on, I would get a feeling of arousal. And I think, strange. And this was the theme throughout this album. And I thought, how can gospel worship music be filled with so much sexual energy? And they said, hey, hey, hey. A lot of things that appear one thing often carry a much darker thing. The more innocent, the more empowering something appears, the closer you have to look at it. Something can be popular, but when it's inescapable, you have to look at it. You look at society because now it's lovely because we have social media, etc., etc. You can even do your own empirical studies, your own observations. Look at the conversations people are having when that content is out. How are they behaving toward each other? What is their relationship how do they relate to the artist, whether the artist knows them or not? What energy takes over since this came out? What do you feel every time that is in front of you, in your auditory world, in your heart space? Because the more you take it on, the more it's able to penetrate your dream space, to penetrate your mind space, your heart space, and thus begin to make decisions for you in your day-to-day life. So go off, listen to that song. Pay attention to what it makes you feel, what it makes you think. Some songs you'll be listening to them, and perhaps an ex you so past, all of a sudden, an obsessive nature around that person comes to light. Because this is the other thing that you must never ever forget, is that however big an artist is, however famous, however etc., etc., everyone is just a human being. A lot of us carry insecurities. We have weaknesses that we need to address. There is a lot in us that we need to face. And often, art is an outlet. It's a space where people can escape. But reality remains reality. If somebody is inherently not the inherited, although that is also a real thing, but if they are an insecure human being, it matters not what their movies are about, what their books are about, what their songs are about. The core energy that permeates those who adore this person to a point of irrationality, truly. It's that insecurity. And often people like to say, I want this one's life. And there's that beautiful, wonderful hashtag, everyone loves this goals, that goals, insert whatever the noun, the verb. We all think of what social media is. Think of how you are with social media. Are you always as happy as you appear when you post something? Was it always a good time, those lovely photographs where you look spectacular? It does not matter what things look like. It's what is inside, what drives it. You wish for someone's life, and then you are surprised that maybe you begin to lose your money. And so it turns out that person is careless with money. You wish to be a certain, you say it's couple goals, but you do not know that they beat each other senseless. And then you're surprised when you attract someone who abuses you. And don't get me wrong about you call your abusers. No, 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 no. I am talking about inheriting someone's energy willfully. You give them full permission, because this is how fanatic people have become. Where someone will say, oh, take away their misery and give them some of my joy. I know people who have become drug addicts because they wanted to be just like the artist that they love. I'm not talking about entirely walking out and saying I'm going to take drugs because this person takes drugs, but wanted so much to be that person that they became that person, a version. All right, darlings. I hope that this is helpful, and pay attention when you listen to this music. Pay attention when you watch these movies. Pay attention to all the stars that you love and what you're willing to do for them that you can't even do for yourself. Adoration is great, and we must celebrate wonderful artistic expression, but not at the cost of losing your own soul. Nope. All right, darling. Cuddles, hugs, kisses, giggles. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Always give and receive. Be loved, and may you be loved.